My friend. Today we're going to be doing Llama. To boot. This is a great PHISH tune off of Picture and Nectar. If you haven't already watched this, I suggest you listen to the song before you go to play it. This is going to be in the key of G major or E minor. The reason why we're going to write this out, you want to see it having relativity through both of those. Our G major or our E minor share a key. Since we're playing bass, we'll throw it in the bass, throw it up here. The notes we're going to be using are going to be extended low below here. We're having our E right here. We're also going to be using our C sharp. So we're going to be moving up here, C sharp, and we've also got a D. We've also got a F sharp. So we're going to want to be playing our E, F sharp here. And since we have a C sharp, we might put an accidental on there just so we know. And then, what else do we have? We got the G. We also have a G in here. So those are the notes we're going to be playing, we're going to be looking for. However, what we're actually going to be doing is giving ourselves some form. E goes for 4 measures. So we're just going to write it out. I'm going to tab out that form for you. Then it goes to A for 2 measures. And then it goes to E again for 2 measures. It's going to jump down to F sharp major and just play octaves on the bass. F major octaves, and then it goes to A, holds out our A twice, and then goes back here. So we're going to D C all coda, or all fine actually. And this whole thing is going to go right back at the top, and then it's going to repeat. So I'm just going to put repeat signs on this. This is going to get us going for our verse, chorus. The whole thing is done the same way. And then when we get into the jam, as you know, PHISH just loses a little bit of structure and adds it in later as the jam or as the funk. So this is our melody. Trey does some pretty cool stuff, but the bass line itself is going to have E to E, and then it's going to have an F sharp to a G as a half step, and then it's going to do a real quick C sharp to a D. We're going to have this as being a pop or a pull off right here on this note, and then we're going to do a half step right here to a G and a half step right here from C to D. The whole thing that we're doing here is we're going to be expressing ourselves through a little bit of percussion. On the right hand, we've got a pop, chaka, pop, pop. Pop, chaka, pop, pop. That's the first rhythm. Bum, 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 bum. And then our When you practice that rhythm with the pops, you see a thumb coming down on our E, 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 hammer, and then F sharp G, rest pop, and then we've got a quick eighth note into a quarter, or we could call it a tuplet. 1, 2, 3, or 8 dotted. Da, da, da. When we do this phrase, E, E, F sharp G, C sharp D, I'm doing a quick pull. E, E, pop, pop. F sharp G, pop, pop, pop. Doing that, going above it, it just goes to the A. You're doing the same phrasing you have here. I guess if I were to write this not with letters and we were to write it just with the note notation out here, we would have open, 2, 3, 4, and then, is that right? No. Open 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, and then we've got our rhythm eighth note, which is like our eighth note rest percussion, and then we've got our 4 to 5, which is going to be our C sharp to D. When we do this and we raise up and we do it on the A string, it does the exact same thing, but now it is up in intonation. Here's what it looks like on the E. E, E, F sharp G, C sharp D, E, 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 F sharp G, C sharp D, A, B, and then we're going to be doing B, C, and then we're going to move up our F sharp G, and then back to our same groove. E, 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 F sharp G, C sharp D, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F, and then A, and then it does this really cool pentatonic look. Da 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 da. Down. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. This is the feeling of the song. Fun, huh? It's great for the hands. Sunrise over the mountains. Come up through the night. Come up from the valley. Both sides at a time. Steel on the rain coming down. We've a double-decker on a llama taboo. Llama taboo taboo. It's the loudest thing I'd ever seen. I knew my time had come. The loudest thing that I've ever seen. I knew my time had been. The end of the delta. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Leaving our pets with the best of friends, llama taboo taboo. Taboo. Then we have our Trey does a really cool lick over the top of that. Bidoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Ends on a big old blaring groove here and goes right back into our E. Awesome. How fun is Llama? If you really enjoyed this as a bass groove, put your favorite PHISH song in the comments section below, and hopefully I can get to that as well. Aloha to you.